The College News, your source for all things Murray State. Brought to you by the Murray State News.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the College News. I am Lacey Hawthorne. The Murray State Racer Restart page updated the total weekly positive COVID-19 cases to 44 earlier this week. This report covers September 28th to October 4th. 43 of these cases were students, and one was a faculty or staff member. The recovered count is 97 cases. The overall total for the university since August 1st is 201 cases. Murray State's residential colleges are now allowing hall-to-hall visitation. On September 29th, students who live on campus were permitted to check in visitors for the first time this semester. Only one guest who lives on campus is allowed per resident. The visitation hours span from 8 a.m. to midnight. The new Racer ID is only form of ID accepted. Ty Allen, a Franklin residential advisor, supports the updated policy.
I am very thankful that it is finally permitted in this new modified phase of phase 1.5. As an RA, we can see that the morale of the residents is definitely going low because they weren't allowed to have people in, and a lot more people had been sneaking out to go to parties where social distancing and mask wearing is being violated because they can't have people over. And now they can have people over. Hopefully that will limit the amount of people who are now going out to parties at night and violating health policy.
Questions concerning visitation can be directed to the housing office by emailing msu.housing@murraystate.edu. In a recent decision made by the NCAA, all Division I athletic programs are to be given Election Day, November 3rd, off. Programs will not be allowed to practice or compete on this day. Murray State is just one of the many universities in the OVC to do this in hopes that everyone will exercise their right to vote. This decision is to be carried out for election days to come. Murray State hosted a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Symposium October 2nd. This conference promoted cross-racial dialogue and raised awareness of race and ethnicity-related issues. Faculty, staff, students, alumni, and community leaders participated virtually. Dr. Aaron Thompson, president of the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education, served as the keynote speaker. There was also a grand conversation where alumni shared their wisdom about the state of the three topics.
And I tell people not everybody's as great of a dancer as I am. So sometimes we're going to have to give dance lessons based on the abilities that people have to dance. Now, the argument is with good input and good high expectations and maybe a lot of practice we call rigor, there's a good chance everybody's going to be able to dance well, but we've got to give some more of that input than others. And that's where equity comes in.
Murray State plans to conduct another symposium in person next fall with presentations, workshops, and speakers. The DoorDash food delivery service is now up and running for students of Murray State. DoorDash went live on Monday and has already seen a large influx of use. Before DoorDash, Murray Eats was the only food delivery service that was available to students. Murray State student Kaylee Embry just started working for DoorDash.
I just was thinking about doing it because of COVID anyway, and I was unemployed for several months, and I thought that'd be the best way to find some money. And then I just looked on Indeed just for giggles one day, and the driver position was on there.
Students can request a new restaurant be added to the current list on the DoorDash app or www.doordash.com. Now we go to Levi Brandenburg to see how students felt about this first presidential debate.
On September 29th, the first presidential debate was held between President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Many have said that the debate was much worse than what they had anticipated. We hit the streets in order to see how Murray State felt about the debate.
The debate was kind of a disaster, in my opinion.
It was a complete dumpster fire.
It was definitely interesting. I think it was a bit of a mess. Both candidates were kind of at each other's throats a little bit.
Whatever side you were on, it wasn't productive at all. You know, like most of the topics, they kind of glazed over it, and we're kind of just yelling the whole time.
And it probably wasn't as civil as you'd like to see, and I think the American public probably deserves a little bit better of a presentation of the candidates' beliefs.
And I just felt like the debate was not super informative, honestly. Like, both candidates were just kind of arguing with each other. There wasn't a lot of mature dialogue going on, which there should have been considering it was a presidential debate.
It's really getting me to look at the third party who, I mean, she had her own debate at the same debate. She had her own interviewer that would ask her the same kind of questions, and while they were fighting like kindergartners, she was actually giving really good insight, and I think I'm going to vote third party just because she actually seems like she can lead the country.
The series of debates continues on October 7th with a vice presidential debate before continuing with a final 2 presidential debates on October 15th and October 22nd.
Thanks, Levi. We can't wait to hear what students have to say after the vice presidential debate tonight. Now let's take a look at the weather for the coming days. Logan?
Thanks, Lacey. This week is looking pretty good for Murray State University. From Wednesday to Friday, the weather's going to be pretty nice, sunny and partly cloudy. From Saturday to Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy, but those clouds are going to part away for a nice sunny Sunday afternoon. From Monday to Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy with rain showers on Tuesday. Back to you, Lacey.
Thanks, Logan. That's all the time we have for this week's edition of the College News. Be sure to pick up a copy of the Murray State News on shelves tomorrow. We will see you back here next Wednesday. Stay healthy, racers.